I had to look twice for new glasses.
Okay.
Matti, gib mir ein Überraschungsbuch.
Ein Überraschungsbuch?
In Englisch.
Auf Englisch.
Om Gyati Vrandasya Gyananjana Shalayaya
Chashun Meditanjana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha
Vandeham Sigurum Sita Padakamalam Sigurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shaganayatam Shagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Jagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vikamscha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatam Maham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabanu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Parama Guru, on his parikrama through Vrindavan, he situated himself between Radhakunda and Shyamakunda, the Sangam. And there he did not explain about the Bhagavatam, which is kind of natural to speak about the Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, and Radhakunda. But he explained Upadeshamrita. Upadeshamrita contains the substance of Mahaprabhu's teachings in the language of Rupa Goswami. Srila Prabhupada explained these topics and not anything of Govinda Lilamrita of Vishwanath Chakravarti Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita. The higher topics of Madhurya Lila, Radha Krishna, amorous pastimes, were left aside. Once a certain gentleman wanted to discuss these intimate Leelas with Prabhupada. Previously he did a great deal of service to the mission, but he laid much stress on those higher topics, and ultimately he left the association of Prabhupada and lived a secluded life. He was a man, but superficially assuming the identity of a gopi. He wanted to enjoy an intimate connection with Krishna. He wanted this intensely, but Prabhupada remarked disapprovingly, "Oh, he has turned into a lady, a gopi." And after coming in contact with Krishna, she produced a child. Pujala Ragapata Gauravabange. Prabhupada instructed that we must not go to live in Radhakunda, the most sacred place of pilgrimage. One day near Lalita Kunda, where there was a single story building at Swanala Shukanda Kunja, he said, "A second story is necessary, but I will not be able to live there." I asked, "If you will not live on the first floor, who will live there? What is the necessity of further construction?" "No, you don't know. Better persons will live there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gokishodas Babaji Maharaj. They will live there, and we shall stay on the ground floor and we shall serve them." Again he said, "I shall live in Govardhan. Radhakunda is the highest place, the place of our Guru Maharaj, our Guru Devas. They will live here in closer connection with Leela, but we are not fit to live there. We shall live in Govardhan, just a little far away. because we shall have to come and serve our Guru Devas. We must be near, but we must not live in closer connection with them. We are not fit. Our master did not allow us to read the books where the higher Leelas are described. Govinda Lilamritam, Stavakushamanjali, Uchvala Nilamani. He did not allow us to study and to discuss them. Rather, he would be very much disturbed if he heard that someone was interfering with the higher Leelas in those books. He did not like it. There are 3 chapters of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita that we were generally not allowed to discuss fully, including the conversation with Ramananda Roy. Where the Leela portion of Radha Govinda is mentioned, we are not to delve. Of course, when Parayana, consecutive chanting of the whole book, was taking place, we were to go on reading those sections, but without giving any particular attention to the Leela of the highest orders of Raga. That was bared. Don't try to come into details there. That will come automatically when it is time. Do not make a public discussion. Do not place it in the public eye. Dushta palakariva arjana. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur warns that we will get only a bad result if we venture to cross that line. It is aparat. From the lower position, the steps up are shown. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Shravana, Kirtana, then Anartha Nivriti. When the undesirable things vanish, then comes Ruchi, then Ashakti, then Bhava Bhakti, the sprouts of real devotion. Then Prema Bhakti and Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Rag, Anurag, Bhava, Mahabhav. But by such steps we are to approach the highest plane. The following incident in Vrindavan indicates how strongly he felt in this way. Prabhupada had a friend there from his childhood, an attorney, who came to see him. So Prabhupada went to return the visit to this friend from his boyhood. Sripad Paramahansa Maharaj was with Prabhupada and they went together. They were told, he is upstairs. They went there and he saw that the Goswami was explaining the Rasa Leela section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada just bowed down his head and came away. Immediately he went away. His friend also came down, leaving the Rasa Leela discussion, and said, the Rasa Leela explanation is going on, but you did not take your seat at all. You just bowed your head and came down. What is the matter? Srila Prabhupada replied, our Guru's order is that it will be offensive to attend the Rasa Leela discussion, so I had to come down. This is my Guru's order. To attend Rasa Leela explanation is aparat. We have no right to attempt to hear. We are not qualified. We shall commit offense thinking that Krishna is a man like us and these gopis are so many women and they are performing this debauchery. This idea will appear in the mind. It will replicate in our hearts and we will have to go down. Therefore, we must not attend those discussions. Rasa Leela should not be used to capture people by their lust. It is tempting to distribute that Leela. We like it so much, but it is misguided. For canvassing, we should not use the highest and most valuable gem. We must not show it in the market to capture attention. An ordinary gem may be taken to exhibit in public. Anyone and everyone are not qualified to discuss Rasa Lila. Following the angels, the angel, following the pure devotee. That is our recommendation. It's the best thing we can do. Don't follow the vox populi, don't follow the public imagination. You see, Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, is very, very nectarian. And if you read it from your Gurudev, then you are under protection. But those who make the 10th canto and the Rasa Lila a separate subject for supposedly entering into the emotions of the Rasa Lila, that is not permitted. Misunderstanding will come to us and we will concoct something or speculate about the real meaning. Don't forget there's 9 cantos before the 10th canto. And there's many, many books to read. So these are the preparation chapters. Srila Prabhupada nevertheless published the Krishna book. And the Krishna book is full of the nectar leelas of Sri Krishna with all the deep foresight and also with the alerting the reader. This is a very special thing you can hear now and you can read now. And this is not to be misunderstood in any way sensual or similar to such pictures in the mundane experience. So we are in the entrance of a secret entrance. Admission is given only very intimately and privately. No public speaker can say, hey, come here, I'll explain Rasa Lila and I make you all gopis in a week. It's not like that. It doesn't work like this. Is that window open so we get this oxygen there?
Yeah.
It's open?
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Sí, está la puerta.
So that means, yeah, we are very curious about Krishna's divine Leela, but we should study the basics and become very profound in the basics. Basics is to study Bhagavad Gita and to study the Upanishamrita and the Sri Ishopanishad and to become expert in that philosophy. I mean, there's so much to be read. There's so many amazing books which have been published and which are keeping being published. And all these books are full of very important informations. But we should study systematically, chronologically, like Chaitanya Charitamrita. You should read it from the beginning to the end. And when you read the beginning, especially the Adi Lila, you see this is very tiring. There's so many technical details and this relationship and that relationship and who are the tattvas, tattva 1, 2, 3. And later when you come to Madhya Lila, Antya Lila, oh, there's so many stories and examples and they're capturing more. But we are not supposed in our study, in our spiritual search, to ignore the very basic instruction of surrender. Surrender is very difficult. Surrender is a big word. Yeah, we just have to surrender to Krishna and everything will be okay. Oh. Yes, very nice. Do you think so also? Just surrender. What yoga you practice? I practice the yoga of surrender. Oh yeah? Are you really? Are you surrendered? And what is your surrender really all about? The surrender is found in the loving attachment to the instructions of Sri Gurudev and to put them into practice, whatever that may mean. Maybe it means you make a temple. Maybe it means you become an expert cook of Krishna. I will tell you one story. The king of Jaipur, he was a great devotee. And he was dreaming one night. And the deity of Govindaji came to him in the dream. And he said, Maharaja, I want Narahari to cook for me. I am not so happy by the way people cook here. I want Narahari to cook for me. Govindaji disappeared. And when the king woke up, there was a plate of prasadam next to him. He said, what is this? Who's going to serve me prasadam in the middle of the night? What is this? So he asked his servants, who put this food there? No, nobody knew. And then he had a suspicion. What? Did Govindaji give me his remnants? So he called all of his families and he gave everybody some of this food. He said, this special food, this is remnants of the Lord. Next day he went Jaipur to Vrindavan. He went all around his people. I'm looking for the cook, Narahari. No cook with the name Narahari was there. And the king was starting to doubt. He said, maybe that I misunderstood something, or in the dream, or there was some not complete transmission. So then he asked, any cook Narahari in Vrindavan? No cook with name of Narahari. Became astonished. Then he said, okay, is there anybody called Narahari here? And then they said, yes, there is a sweeper who sweeps around Govindaji's temple. And he's called Narahari. So the king said, bring this Narahari here. So they went to him, and the king looked at him and he says, so you're doing seva here in the temple? Yes, Maharaj. Tell me, do you know how to cook? And Narahari became very shy. He said, no, Maharaj, I don't really know. Then the king said, do you like to cook? He blushed and said, yes, actually, I do like to cook. So how do you cook? He says, when I'm sweeping, I'm cooking for Krishna in my mind. He said, really? You're cooking for Thakurji in your mind? Yes, he said, I'm always doing that because I do like cooking, but I have no personal experience. So then the king made the arrangement with everybody, and he made this Narahari to be the cook of Govindaji. And this Narahari later became famous as Narahari Chakravarti, the author of Bhakti Ratnaka. Very advanced devotee. I mean, Krishna in a dream told the king about him that you're going to be a lucky guy, you know. Wow. So sometimes devotees become very lucky, very fortunate. This is one story of such. So by reading the books which our Guru Deva has given to us, or the books of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, like we are reading this book today, and other books also of other Vaishnava Acharyas, our heart becomes purified. And we will feel more and more enlivened to do something, some type of devotional service. This word, devotional service, is very important. It means service filled with devotion, to touch the devotion to others. Devotional service is very, very, very big thing. Because it means that you have devotion. Service is service. Obedience, obedience. Surrender, surrender. But loving surrender. Our Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Maharaj, he liked to say, one pointed, exclusive and uninterrupted service. That is what we are talking about. Uninterrupted, unmotivated, one-pointed service. So, very high. If we have that, then we can also talk about rasa. Then these things may make some sense to us. But since everybody feels that that's not the quality of mind, this is not my intensity, then what to say? Where to start? Where to go on? Prabhupada, he gave us these books, he gave us the guidance, he gave us the mercy to live in a Vaishnava community. Oh, these Vaishnava communities, they are such a headache. A headache of prem, of love. No, a headache of wanting to achieve prem. A headache of learning by tolerating each other, and in this tolerating each other, qualifying a little bit more in anartha nivriti, removing all the dirt from inside which is still there. How to remove that dirt. What to say? The struggle goes on. Communities grow. And when communities grow, different problems appear. Like when you have no children, that's one lifestyle. Once you start having children, you have to think about life in many different ways. It's the answer to almost anything. So we have to very, very humbly request the real essence to be revealed to us. And that you do by trying to do some tangible service to the cause. Because there's a cause, we have a practical cause. It's running, that cause is running along our side of our life. What is that cause? Well, to understand the cause, to serve the cause, to worship the cause, to love the cause. It means sambandha, it means the union with God. Who created me? Why did he create me? What do I do for him? How can I attend to his sweet will? What can I do? How can I make life and love a reality? Not an imitation. There are so many imitations, left and right. The world of imitation. Nothing strange about it. Psychology has recognized that men and women learn things by imitating. You see it somebody else is doing it and you think the person is cool, then you try to copy what they're doing. So it is all by the grace of Prabhupada that he introduced all this nectar to us. And we just go step by step and increase our appreciation and increase our service. Now we are here in Munich yet, and this is the Adivas of the München festival. Means tomorrow is the actual arrival day, but you have been so kind to come early. Even though some leave early as well. What to do? But this Adivas is very auspicious, because we're going to have some days of reflecting upon the sweet will of Krishna. We know that Krishna is in love with the gopis. We know that Krishna is mesmerized about Srimati Radharani. We know that he cannot live without her. He cries her for a company. We know that Imli Dalla is the heart piece of all these pastimes manifesting. We know, we have heard these things, but do we understand anything? Does it go beyond our memory bank? Where you see Lalita, Vishaka, Tunga Vidya, and the other gopis, Champakalata. Can you remember them? Do you know what that means? Do you know what services they do? Some devotees have good memory and they read that, they know a lot. When you hear them speak, you say, wow. But this is not knowledge. This is supposed to become your realization. When this realization manifests in our heart, the Leelas awaken in our heart. Anyhow, follow the angel. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is the angel. Srila Maharaj is the angel, and they told us, stick to this substance, to the basics. Become prolific in the substance, in the essence, and help others to understand the magic kingdom of divine love. Introduce them, welcome them. Let Krishna be there with you. Today I will have a